Green, what's your problem, Green? What is your problem?
Oh boy, it's pain time. I'm gonna just guess that this episode is not gonna go super well for our boy Subaru. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is ReZero Season 4, Episode 9. I believe the first core is 11, and the second one is 8, so we are inching ever closer to the ending of this core. And, Nubaru, excuse me, I apologize. Nubaru, said his name wrong incorrectly twice now, how dare I. Nubaru has left the tower, and Shalah's entered kill mode. Something tells me he is either going to die out here, or he's going to make his way back up and see everyone dead. Those are the only two options. I feel those are the literal only two things that could occur. Shalah is going to kill everybody, or Subaru is going to die out here and loop again. Nubaru, Jesus, what is wrong with me? So, I could do a real in-depth recap of last episode, but I'm being so sincere when I say the last episode's raw footage recording was like almost an hour and 40 minutes long. Go watch the video. I'm not even going to begin to really get into that. There's only a couple things I want to address, and it is stuff that occurred in the afterwards when I was tossing out theories that I thought of later on. So I have more to add to that. I've been thinking about it, so if you guys didn't know, the reason these reactions get posted so late in the day or so long after the episode airs is because I'm at work before this. I think I mentioned this in other reactions as well, but it'll make sense for this. Hold on, I have a reasoning that I'm saying this. So I'm at my job when the episode airs, and I'm all the way up until like 5 plus. I think it's episode airs at like 9:30 my time. I'm in my job for like 5 hours after that, so it's a long time that I cannot go with watching the episode. And so I've lost the point I was trying to make. Oh yes. I had a lot of time to think heading into today's episode, because obviously it's a ReZero day. Like on other days that I have work, because I obviously work other days during the week, I'm not really thinking about ReZero. I've got other stuff on the brain or stuff, but I'm sitting there for 5 hours, bored as hell on my job, and I gotta figure, like, I'm just sitting there dwelling, and another theory popped into my brain. So I've got a couple theories. Either Melee pushed Subaru, Rui pushed Subaru, Gluttony, Nubaru. God damn it, what is wrong with me? Either one of those two pushed Nubaru. The theory that I'm going to add loops to the first idea, that Melee is the one who pushed him. Which I still have an issue with that, because where the fuck... the motivation is so lacking. Because for this theory I'm about to introduce, it's not plausible that it was anyone but Melee that pushed Subaru. So, clarifying that, I had a theory that I tossed out, that maybe Melee isn't Melee, and maybe Gluttony, because we know Gluttony can change forms, and we know that Rui specifically, I don't know if Lai and Roy can do that, Rui can manipulate her form. We see that at the end of Season 3. What if Melee is not Melee, but Melee right now is Rui? And that was one of my theories, was that Rui changed into Melee and pushed Subaru down. So that theory is still in place. I think that is the most likely. The theory that I'm about to introduce is plausible, but I feel less likely. The theory that I introduced at the end of last episode about the idea that Melee could have something has occurred to her at some point in time, and Rui has taken over acting as Melee, because there was a weird dialogue with Melee mentioning, like, you know, I can't remember the exact line, so I might go pull it up here in a second, but you know what, I will pull it up. Because also, we don't know how well Rui can impersonate other people, because if she's impersonating Melee, it's a pretty damn good impersonation. Just seems like Melee, but I don't remember a single thing. Did I make an important promise or something? And then she says, I definitely agree that the past you was careless. Which is just, there's, okay, weird shit going on. Okay, back to this episode and what I was saying. I'm so all over the place, I apologize. I think Rui could be impersonating Rim. I think it's entirely plausible. Because we have to consider, when would Melee have been got? When would they have got rid of Melee? Where did they take Melee? If Rui is impersonating Melee, where did they take her? When did that switch occur? So many things like that. And if that were to have occurred, there's still the question of how did Gluttony hitch a ride all the way to the tower without anybody noticing? Because if they took it's not impossible they took over Melee before we left, but I think that highly unlikely because Melee still has her divine protection to control the witch beasts, and unless Gluttony can also control witch beasts, which I suppose is not out of the realm of possibility, that doesn't really make sense. So Gluttony would have had to switch sometime after we arrived at the tower, and I don't know when that would have occurred, and that still begs the question, how did Gluttony hitch a ride or get to the tower in the first place? Now this theory kind of fills in a few of those gaps, but it makes things a little more complicated because Melee has to be the one who pushed Subaru of her own accord for this theory to make sense. Everybody went to sleep. Subaru goes into the library at night. The only time, if Rui was to be impersonating Rem, the only time that could have occurred, that Rui could have taken his memories, would be at night when people are asleep and aren't watching Rem as intently. Ram is probably asleep, whatever it may be. And so Rui, I'm really so torn because I honestly think both of my theories are entirely plausible, but both of them have holes that I would need to figure out. This has already turned into a long beginning segment when I was trying to keep the recap short because I knew I'd end up rambling, and here I am anyway, but I was just thinking about this and I had to talk about it. So, theory one, let's break these down into two separate theories here. I'm just kind of rambling on and on at this point. Let's break it down into two separate theories. The first theory, Rui has taken over Melee and impersonated Melee to push Subaru down last episode, Nubaru. And Rui's whole plan behind this is that Rui has eaten Subaru's memories, knows that he has returned by death, knows they cannot win via killing him, and so they are mentally tormenting him to effectively get him to separate from the group. Because that's the only way to beat Subaru, is to make him leave. That is the only way to beat him, and Gluttony now knows that. Rui now knows that. And so they're tormenting him by pushing him down, killing him, and whatever it may be, and they are doing that having impersonated Melee effectively. That is theory number one. It also could just be, I'll put this out there as well, I have three theories. Make it three. So number one is that Rui is impersonating Melee because you hear the heels clack, which the only person we know who wears shoes like that would be like Melee, and the height as well. It's shorter, and it's not Beatrice obviously, so it's either Rui or Melee, and so Rui probably takes over Melee in that instance and pushes him down. Second theory, it's just Rui having transformed into something that wears shoes. It's just Rui. It's not Rui impersonating anybody or anything like that. But there is weird hints with Melee, so I'm not sure. That one seems the least likely, that it's just Rui that pushed him down the cliff. Not impossible, but least likely. And then the third and final theory is that Melee pushed him down of her own accord, which that is the biggest barrier for me accepting this theory, is that has to be the case. And I just don't know why Melee would do that. Subaru's literally looked after her for a year, the anime showed him going down there one time, but apparently per clarifications for cut content, he made her all those dolls, visited her constantly, got acquainted with her, knew her well. He just had the whole conversation about her divine protection, how she got it and stuff while they were in the library. So it's like, it's just, I would need to know where the motivation is, and I suppose maybe it could be a thing where she got a new job, but then it's also like, why did she wait this long and not kill us when we were on the way to the tower? But then I suppose you also have the thing of that weird dialogue, him being careless. It is weirdly feels like she's implying she knows something, and so maybe she's fucking working with Gluttony for whatever reason. I don't know why that would be the case, but maybe it is. And in this theory, Meili is the one who pushes him, and the way that Rui, this is the gaps that fills for the other theories, the way that Rui hitched a ride with us to the tower is by impersonating Rem. Never has to speak, never has to do anything, just has to be dead silent there with your eyes closed. Like, come on. And the one time that someone gets their memories taken while we're at this tower, there's watchful eyes on Rem at all times, except for when people are asleep. And everyone had gone to sleep then. That's literally what was clarified, is that everyone was going to bed. Emilia, Beatrice, and then Super had a conversation with Ram. She probably went down to go to bed. And so all of them went to sleep, and that's when Subaru hauled ass into the library, and per the shot in the opening, you could see him having a bunch of books taken out and lying on the floor, so who's to say he wasn't in there for a while, and then all of a sudden Gluttony comes in after everybody's gone to sleep at that point. I think that's very possible. The only thing I would need confirmation for is how or why Meili would push Nubaru. But that theory sounds so plausible because it fills up so many of the gaps and questions that I have. Of course, I still have the question, when did Rui start impersonating Rem? And also, that's fucked. We can't save Rem here because Rem is not here if that theory is the case. Which, knowing Tape, he would pull some shit like that. We come all the way to this tower to get Rem's memories back, and she's just not even here. She's just not even here with us. So God knows where Rem would be if that is the case, but it's a pretty easy target to take the place of. It's just a lifeless body. It's a pretty easy target to take the place of. And so I would say I'm split 50-50 between theory 1 and 2, where something happened to Meili at some point, Rui has taken over, and Rui pushed Subaru down as Meili, or the third theory, which fills in some of the gaps of the first theory that I have, but also provides its own questions as well, is Meili pushes Nubaru down, and Rui has taken over Rem. Or not taken over, but impersonated, you know what I mean. A lot of questions, man. A lot of questions, a lot of theories, and Subaru's trying to leave this tower because, like I said, I'm not going to fully recap. I really can't. I need to start this episode already. It's been already 15 minutes. But he wants to get away because he believes they're killing him, and he's saying fuck that. I literally, his line was like, hell, I'd let them kill me again, because he fully believes that one of them in that group, or all of them in that group, are taking him down because they find him useless now without his memories. That's effectively what he believes. Like you saw when Emilia put her hand on his back, he freaked the fuck out immediately, getting PTSD from the fall he just had. And yeah, man, I've also seen a weirdly strong amount of discourse, like, hating on Ram this past week. Are you guys stupid? Not you guys. Are the people doing that stupid? Do they not understand that was too harsh. I'm sorry. That was way too harsh. But, like, do you not understand Ram as a character and the circumstances that led to her saying what she said? A lot of people harp on the fact that she said, like, I feel sorry for Ram, and they're like, why the fuck would she say that? At that point, she doesn't know he's lost his memories. She thinks the best that Subaru could come up with to save Rem was to just go run up to Raid, get stabbed in the stomach, and then just cry and scream and throw fits. She doesn't know he's lost his memories. She has no idea at this point. In that loop, he hadn't said that. And so Ram says she feels sorry for Rem, that this was the best that Subaru could come up with. And Ram, who's felt this deep connection with Subaru as of late, via his memories of her sister and the emotional bond that she has developed with Subaru throughout this series, of course, but especially so with him being that link to her sister she cannot remember. And she relies on him a lot more than she would ever be willing to mention, as both an emotional support and a place she finds strength in, especially with how stressed she's been recently and circumstance-wise. She's already stressed out of her fucking mind. Her typical mana supplier is not here with us. She has got her sister, who is in a vegetative state, who could be attacked and die at any moment. She can't fight well because of the mana thing, and in general, she's not that good of a fighter anymore compared to how she used to be when she was a child before she lost her horn, of course. So many things pile up to this girl being stressed out of her mind. Everybody's a little on edge. This Subaru losing his memories did absolutely nothing to help team morale. I mentioned this in the Discord, but Subaru truly is the glue of this group. Like, he, in all facets of that word, he is 1000% the glue of this group. He is the only one who remembers Julius and keeps Julius reined in and helps him, and he was the one who helped him just in the previous episode when Julius was going through an episode, which I still think that's a completely valid crash out. Brothers lost literally everything. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. Possibly the only reason it didn't happen sooner is because of Subaru. And the fact that Julius was able to come with us and be introduced as Anastasia's knight and stay in that role and such is because Subaru remembers him, and so Subaru is able to tell people who Julius was before Gluttony got to him. So there's that. Julius and Subaru, the parallels between them and all the above. And Julius has, for emotional reasons, been relying on Subaru a lot recently as someone who remembers him. And obviously Julius's whole episode, whatever it may be. But he is connected to Subaru via that. Subaru and Beatrice literally have a contract with each other that keeps them both alive with each other. Like that. That's the connection there. And of course, they both very emotionally rely on each other as well. Maybe Beatrice a little more so, but either way, it doesn't matter. Amelia, you know, Subaru means the world to her, and she was probably the one who was able to hype herself up the most because Subaru has helped her so much. Now that he's lost his memory, she wants to do something for him in turn, and so she was able to hype herself up probably more than anybody else he has any connection to. Aridna is was number one terrified of Subaru. We literally saw that in the episode where her hand was fucking shaking, but he was the one holding her secret for her and things like that until she revealed it herself. And I'd say she's also one of the ones who has the least emotional connection to him in that regard. And with Maylee, he was with her for a year and some change, and cared for her during that time, looked after her, made her all the dolls and stuff, and established a bond with her as well. And then I just listed all the reasons he's got a bond with Ram and things like that, and I listed that in my last video as well. So that man is like the glue, and him being gone is really bad for team morale, and especially the team feng shui. He really helps mix these different personalities and people together so well. And so him being gone is really bad. Let's just put it like that. And we're already seeing that being the case, and whatever it may be. Also, I have Subaru's plan. I feel like I know what his plan was. He was going to go look for Raid's book. I think I mentioned this in the Discord after the last episode as well. His plan was to go look for Raid's book. Like, assuredly, that's what he was going to do. Before he presumably got interrupted by Gluttony there, Rui, and now had his memories taken. And it just my theory 3 becomes more and more prevalent the more that I think about it. Now that idea has sprouted in my brain, the more I talk about it, the more I think about it, the more I think that might be the case. Because all of Maylee's weird little implications from last episode, and like she like prods at him, is like, yeah, last night's you was really careless. it like implies that she knows something, but the motivation is what's I still just can't fathom. How after everything Subaru's done for her and such, and how she's been with us at this point, why she would suddenly turn and push him off the stairs. I understand that Meili was a villain before and she was a kid assassin who, obviously, to be in that line of work, your brain can't be the most functional thing ever, but it's like, I don't know. Alas, I need to shut the fuck up. I could keep rambling about last episode on and on and on and on and on, but it has literally already been over 20 minutes and I haven't even started the episode. It's gonna be a long video, guys. Strap the fuck in. We might go longer than last week's episode at this rate. Anyway, Subaru has now left the tower. Shalah's gone into kill mode. Per what she explained previous episodes, she literally loses control of her body and her own free will to kill anyone who tries to leave the tower. So, let's see where we go in this episode. Per usual, feel free to check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current state, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncut drama reactions. So feel free to check out either of those of your own will. I've heard us up straight into ReZero Season 4, Episode 9. I will clarify as we head into this episode 2 things. Another plus of me actually watching this later in the day than when it would just come out. So I am using the Muse Asia subs, but apparently for whatever reason, I don't know what, but they apparently censored something in this episode while Crunchyroll didn't. So I have the Crunchyroll visuals with the Muse Asia subs. So let's clarify that now. And apparently there was like a horrible mistake. Once again, I don't know what it is. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil myself on the episode, but there should be at some point a translator note clarifying what the issue was in this episode. There's some big issue that, like, it's not even like a translation error or something like that. It's just the show creators completely cut something like fundamentally extremely important. So we'll see what that is whenever the translator note pops up on screen. Anyway, now we can hop in. Just had to clarify those 2 things because I know per what people in the Discord were telling me and per what my editor was telling me, Xaniss, who's editing this, sorry, it's gonna be a long video, but apparently there were some mistakes made, and so just letting you guys know I have all those should be fixed. Now let's get in to the episode. Is Shalah gonna come straight for him, or does she just turn into a general killing machine? That's my thing is, either he's gonna die, I said this at the very beginning of this video 20 fucking minutes ago, either he is going to die here in loop, or she is going to just go into kill monster mode and doesn't necessarily specifically target a person, but just kills anything in the vicinity or any people in the vicinity to stop anybody else from trying to leave, and then maybe she'll make her way to Subaru, or Subaru will make his way back up and see everybody dead, and then Shalah will kill him. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. It could go one of many ways. Yeah, good fucking luck, buddy. You're just in a sand dunes. This isn't the nice Lagunica Subaru spawned in early on. Nubaru's got a quite desolate spawn point. Yep, he's resolved himself to leave that group. Oh my god! Oh, fuck me! He's gonna get eaten by a worm? Yeah, Meili's not here to help this time. Jesus fucking Christ. Dude's just getting flung in the air. Oh my god. Oh god, that's Shalah! I just spit everywhere. That's Shalah! Was she trying to shoot him? Then again, Shalah did say, like, master at the end of last episode, but she was clearly going into, like, a kill mode or something with the, you know, scorpions. They can have 6 eyes, is, like, the baseline, but they can't have more besides the point. She has 6 eyes now. Further clarifying that she is a scorpion witch beast turned humanoid by Flugale. Oh my god, he's like begging his past self to help. Hey, what the fuck? Okay. Weird that Shala only killed that. Did she maybe do that before she was fully gone so she could save him from dying? I have no idea. Oh my god. The TV static. Oh, hold on. You can't show me frames and not expect me to go back to see what these were. Oh, that's witch beasts. Hold, I'm literally going back frame by frame, so hold on. More witch beasts? Is it just a bunch of witch beasts? Is that all the flashes are? Oh, I skipped this one here. Is this one of the... What am I looking at here? What the fuck is this? Is this one of the worms? I suppose it must be, right? Kind of looks like there's like the opening of the mouth at the top. This looks a lot thicker than the worms do. Whatever. Besides the point. Where have you ended up, brother? Oh my god, there's a lot of dead around you. Did something kill? That can't have been Shala. She couldn't be sniping underground. Something is killing these and keeping him alive. Or did he just fall in a den where a bunch of them are dead? Did he just fall in like a different witch beast's den or something? That's blood. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Why does it feel like those flashes was implying that Subaru did that? Because Subaru got down here. But there's no way it could have been him. Something has to have killed it, right? I mean, it literally, that's the whole point. Subaru can't kill shit. That's the whole point. It wouldn't have been him. But Nubaru, there was literally flashes of these witch beasts alive. Something killed them. And there's no shot at Shala. She's up in the tower and she sniped the worm that was attacking him. I don't know if she was trying to snipe him. Her shots are super accurate, so I doubt she was. Like, it might have been like a last second before she's fully taken over, save his life kind of thing. But something killed these. These were alive in those flashes I just saw a second ago before the TV static hit. Dude, this Nubaru has experienced literally nothing but hell. God, everything Subaru went through in like the first arc seems like literally nothing compared to what Nubaru is going through right now. It is literally the thing of like Subaru spawned in like a level 1 dungeon and this Nubaru spawned in like a level 50 dungeon right off the bat. Both of them at level 0 at the time. Jesus, man. Something killed those. Because we know there's like the underground... I'm just going to talk about this place. We know there's the underground pit under the tower where that like Minotaur monster thing was that Shala killed while it was trying to kill Subaru and stuff. And there was like corpses upon corpses of witch beasts, which you could assume if the witch beasts get too close to the tower, that's a place to facilitate them and kill them. And that's what that witch beast down there is down there for. But that was like a completely different pit Subaru fell into, like a little cave that he fell into on accident. And there's just a bunch of witch beasts that in those flashes were alive that he then wakes up and they're all dead. Fucking weird. Something tells me this might be coming soon as well. I talked about it last episode that I feel like it had to come in the next couple episodes or something. It's going to be a scene with Nubaru, because Nubaru's also here at the end of the OP as well, which I just kind of thought of this. Let's back it up here. I was talking about this in the last episode. This is... Rui is so Rem. Rui is so Rem. I think Theory 3 is correct. I think it's correct. This OP shot is Rem here, but she doesn't have maid clothes with her. The only possibility that Rem shows up in maid clothes wherever this is, I don't quite know where this is if Rui transforms into Rem with maid clothes. I'm unsure if the gluttonies share memories with each other, because we know it's Lai that, or no, was it Roy? No, it was Lai Batankaitos. Lai took Rem's memories, so I don't know if all the gluttonies share memories between each other, because if they do, then that would explain how Rui would have Rem's memories. Or maybe the other gluttonies are here too. I don't know, I could go on and on, but I really think this might further solidify the idea that Rem is, that Rui is masquerading as Rem at the moment. Is this shot in the OP as well, where this has to be Rem, right? In her maid costume, but we know Rem's not wearing that. But also, where the fuck are they here? No! Oh my god. Oh my god, Nibiru is speedrunning the worst experience of all fucking time. His distrust of his allies is already stupidly high. He already has zero trust in them. And now he's going down towards, allegedly, presumably, Satella's seal site? Oh my god. As if it couldn't get any worse! Jesus Christ! He's probably gonna go try to kill them now. He already doesn't trust them, and the miasma drives you crazy, to the point where when he still did trust them, as Subaru, he tried to kill Ram. He's gonna go try and kill them as Nubaru. That's what's gonna happen. Shala probably massacred everybody up there. Nubaru is gonna go through these doors until the miasma's fucking him up so badly he turns back around until he hits the door that he can no longer go past, right? At this point it's 3, right? They passed 3 doors, hit the 4th door, and they couldn't go any further. There was like a translation issue with that in an earlier episode. But they got to the 4th door and could not go through any further. And he's gonna get there, have to turn back around, be driven so mad by the miasma that he's gonna make his way to go kill them or something. Like that, and they're just all gonna be dead, massacred by Shaw. I'm calling it that's how this is gonna go down, right? Maybe that's what the fucking stair scene is. I just thought of that. And maybe the stair scene with him having this psychotic smile is after he's been affected by Satella's miasma to the point where it's driven him crazy. He's gonna walk up the stairs with this psychotic smile as he goes to try and kill these people who he does not trust. And also, I didn't talk about this in the beginning, but you know, it's obviously hinted and throughout the entire thing, his distrust of them is building. He thinks one of them is killing and such. One of the biggest reasons I feel that he ended up being like these people are not to be trusted, despite whatever they may say, is because Subaru didn't tell them about Return by Death. Nubaru does not know that Subaru can't. So Nubaru thinks he purposefully withheld that information, and that absolutely only added to his distrust of the group. I just feel like tossing that in because I meant to talk about that in the beginning, because I had thought about that as well, and I forgot to. Anyway, besides the point. I think the whole stare thing with like the psychotic smile he has in the opening is going to be because the miasma drives him insane, and he's heading up those stairs to go fucking kill them. Oh my god. Yeah, so he clears the 3rd one. Yeah. Jesus, dude. Yeah, because I'm not mistaking that, right? He got through 3 and they got stopped at 4, and our whole theory was the amount of doors you can pass is the amount of witch factors one possesses. He's got sloth, he's got greed, and we were theorizing that Return by Death is kind of like a witch factor / authority kind of thing, and it counts as well, so he's able to get through 3 doors. That was our theory with why he was only able to open 3 of the doors, and why he's plausibly called to the doors in the first place, because realizing that they're doors when people thought they were just walls in the first place is because of his connection to Satella. Lo and behold, that's the whole theory, how we came about to the theory that this is Satella's sealing place. So he should hit this 4th door and then be done. Jesus, the miasma's gotta be miserable. Because at this point, they were all getting pretty bad. Yep, he threw his water again. Okay. Oh, note for bluest. Wow, thank you for even putting my name in. This edit is only for me. Nobody else gets to see this. This is only for me. I'm sorry, this is really funny. So, anyway, he drops the water again, which somebody also clarified they cut in the anime, but he gathers together a bunch of supplies before he takes off and leaves. So he left his water again. So note for Bluest, they cut him getting past the 4th door, and this is the 5th door. What? And he... Huh? But... Hold on. Hold on. That changes everything. Why is he going further this time? Why was he able to go another door further? Too many weird things are happening right now. First, those witch beasts that were totally alive when he fell down that pit. He wakes up and they're all dead. And now he's able to pass through an extra door? If our theory about the witch factors is correct, he has to be influenced or have another witch factor he's not aware of. And he has to have gained it from the time that Subaru was first down here to this point now. I think the witch factor theory has to be correct. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's any other reality that makes any sense. Maybe Tape's got some other shit in the bag that we just don't know about. The only thing that makes sense is the amount of witch factors that one has, or because witch factors and authorities are different. I'm sorry, I always get tripped up on the difference between the witch factors and the authorities. So if you guys want to make a more clear precedent clarifying those, but this has to do with witch factors, because we know Subaru has greed, he has sloth, which is presumably why we saw them both talking in his head, and then Satella appeared as well, implying that he's got 3. That was the whole thing there, and that furthered our theory was that scene in particular, showing those 3 like within him. And so he has to have a 4th one at the moment. He has to have a 4th one at the moment. But like, how? And the literal only one he could have is Gluttony. There's no other archbishops here. We know Wrath, Sirius, is locked up. It can't be her. We've got the Gluttonies. Regulus is dead. He's got Greed. Betelgeuse is dead. He's got Sloth. He's got Return by Death with Satella, which gives him that connection, which presumably allowed him to pass through 3 doors, making it 3. The only other one is Capella? Lust? She's not here either? Unless she is, and Gluttony and Capella are working together. I suppose that's something I haven't considered. Capella can shapeshift as well. For all we know, oh my god, this could be even worse than we imagined. Because the Gluttonies are in the opening as well, which makes me think the Gluttonies are probably here. Capella's not in the opening. Who knows if she's here or not? Capella could be here as well. She could be the one who shapeshifted and pushed him down for all we know. She could be the one who did that. But that wouldn't explain how he's got 4 now. There's 2 explanations here. He's got another witch factor, and it's either Gluttony or Lust. I lean towards Gluttony because I don't know if Capella's here. There hasn't really been anything to indicate that being the case, and the whole point of us coming here is to handle... Then again, we did come here to help mitigate Gluttony and Lust, but more so bringing Rem and Julius to save their memories and deal with Gluttony. And obviously, we literally heard Rui's voice last episode as Subaru fell. So, I mean, in theory, I don't think... I'm going to say I don't think Capella's here. I don't think so. Is it possible? Yes. She can shapeshift. She could have shapeshifted and pushed him. I don't think so, though. But Gluttony... The only explanation within our current theory... Let's go backtrack here. I'm getting carried away. 2 possibilities. Number 1 is that we're wrong, and it's not witch factors. The witch factors have nothing to do with how many doors he can get through. This feels unlikely. 2 is that he somehow has a Gluttony witch factor at the moment, or because his memories have been taken, maybe it counts as like having a part of gluttony. Like a part of gluttony is a part of him because his memories have been taken, so he's able to traverse through 4 doors instead of 3 this time. Maybe that's how it works. His memories are gone, so technically gluttony is a part of him as his memories have been stolen and eaten, and so it allows him to pass through another door. I have no idea. It's one of those 2 things, though. Those are like the only 2 possibilities, is that we're wrong and that it's not witch factors, or gluttony is a part of him to some degree, somehow, some way. Those are the only 2 things that make any logical sense in this scenario. Let's continue. I'm literally, by the way, 4.5 minutes in this episode. I've been recording for 42 minutes. Help me. I say as I do it to myself. Like, I don't know how you guys are gonna help me. I'm just doing this to myself. So once again, he instinctually knew they were doors, and once again, probably following the same advice in his head as Subaru did. Nubru was like, you always take right due to so-and-so, whatever he said. And so he went right and was like, door. Not realizing why he knows it's a door. Oh my god. So he just hit a dead end at the 5th door. Crazy. Jesus Christ, bro. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? There's 2. What? There's so many weird things happening. And now he's just back in the doors. I read. Dude, this creepy OST, oh my god. Oh my god, I was fucking right. Oh my god, I was right. Oh my god, I was right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was right. I didn't want to be right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. The miasma is driving him crazy, and his distrust of them is insanely high. The miasma only making it stronger. We saw it literally, I explained this before, we saw the miasma literally pushed him to kill his own ally, who he trusted at the time. It pushed him to kill Ram, and we know the miasma even drove his distrust even higher and such. And oh my god, this is so bad. Oh my god, and he's gonna walk up there to see Shala's massacred them. Oh my god! Dude, oh my god, and that's how he's seeing all of them. This shot of Julius where Julius was fucking freaked out before has been tainted. All of them, he's just seeing all their faces completely differently. This is so fucked. Oh my god. Normally I don't like saying it because I don't like Subaru just dying just for the hell of it. He has to loop. This is such a fucked loop because everybody's gonna be dead. Shala will have killed everybody because one person tried to leave. Yep, immediate. They're already dead. Shala's dead? Oh my god! Was her fucking head stomped in? Oh my god! Who the fuck killed her? What is happening? What the fuck is going on? I thought for sure he'd make his way up here, make his way to the library, and see everybody dead, and then Shala would kill him. She's dead? What is happening? Oh my god! Oh! So this is how he's weeding down. Oh my god! Someone told me that the show's on a new time slot and they can do like more. Yeah, no shit they can. My god, this season might be one of the goriest seasons. Oh my god. So this is how he's gonna like whittle down who did what. I gotta say, man, I think it was Melee, and I think something happened to Rem, or we never even took her in the first place, and Gluttony has taken over or is impersonating her. Oh my god, you're still gonna kill them! Jesus Christ! I thought he was gonna be like, Beatrice and Melee are kids. Can't be them. No! Beatrice and Melee are kids. I can kill them easily. Jesus fuck! Oh my god! Oh my god, her like entire... Dude, you can see her spine! Oh my god! Who the fuck could have... Gluttony has to have acted then. Okay. Reshaping my theory. Shala killed everybody. Gluttony killed Shala. That or maybe one of our crew killed her, but it's like, I feel like a 400-year-old being who sealed Satella, like Flugel. Then again, it wasn't her who sealed him, but Flugel did. Flugel, Raid, the dragon. And you could assume Shala's just not named, but she was probably there with them. I mean, Shala's no fucking pushover in strength. I don't know if anybody in our party could take her. We don't particularly have the strongest fighting party. Beatrice can't fight without Subaru, so she would be completely useless in this situation. Or she can, but once she depletes her mana, it's game over for her. Amelia can fight. She's pretty good at fighting, but I would not say she's in the upper echelon of fighters. Like, for example, if Raid went serious, he probably would have destroyed her instantly. Like, he literally was fighting her pretty readily, standing in place, even though Amelia was going all out. The only reason Amelia won is because Raid's a fucking horn dog. So, but also, Raid's been described to be stupidly strong, so I don't know if that's really a good comparison. But Amelia, she's pretty strong. Julius is without his spirits. He's still pretty strong without them. Aridna can't really fight. Any magic she does kind of kills her. And Melee doesn't have witch beasts in this tower. Ram has absurdly limited mana. And so it's like, I don't think anybody in our party could stand up to Shala if she tried to fight us. I feel like this has to be the Archbishop. This has to be Rui. Died somewhere oh my god, dude. Who is that? Oh my god! And it's on, where's Rem? Where the fuck is Rem? Where the fuck is Rem? Dude, this is so gruesome. Ram is killed on Rem's chair. And there's like a hole in her back. Oh my god, they're highlighting it! Is that Julius's sword? Oh my god, Julius is dead too. Yep, just everybody's dead. Oh my god, Melee slashed back there as well. Julius died protecting Melee, it seems. They've got two very similar cuts, both cuts across their stomachs. Jesus. Subaru, we're running out of people to whittle this down to, my man. Honestly, this loop might be good for restoring his trust in them if he finds out it was like Gluttony or something, but I hate to say, I really think it's Melee, and I think Gluttony is impersonating Rem, masquerading as Rem. The more this episode pushes, the more I become certain of that, the more I feel like that is the case. Oh my god. Oh! Fuck me, she's cut in half! Oh my god, she got cut in half again. My god. Probably had a similar experience where Anastasia woke up again in her body being cut in half. Jesus fuck. This is the stairs up to Raid's trial, right? Also birds. There's bird imagery fucking everywhere. They just highlighted a bird here too with blood on it. I realize there's bird imagery all throughout this tower. All over the place there's birds. And birds helped us get in. Bird imagery all over the place this season. But Jesus Christ, did she go and try and do Raid's trial or ask Raid for help, considering what was going on down here, and he just cut her in half, being like, how dare you ask me for help or something? Yeah. Jesus, dude. This is just like, it feels like episode 15 all over again, where he just returns and everybody's completely cooked. Yeah, where the fuck are Amelia, Beatrice, and Rem? Where are the three of them? He's like, one of them has to have, otherwise I have no idea what the fuck's going on anymore. Patrash! Oh my god, how are you? How are you alive? I'm not complaining Best Girl is alive, but how? What is going on? I need to just let it play out, because the closer we inch further in this episode, the closer I come to thinking that Theory 3 from the intro is correct. Does Shala maybe only attack people, and so Patrash was just left fine? Because Gluttony hasn't attacked. If I am going with the idea that Gluttony has to be the one who took out Shala, which, by the way, I'm saying Gluttony because I don't know if it's just Rui here. The theories would state or lend to the idea that Rui is the only one here, but it's not impossible the others are here somehow by some, I don't know, ability they have or something, because God knows they seem to have every ability in the book. Shapeshifting, memory eating, existence erasing, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They have, and they can fight too, it's like crazy. But they left Patrash. Maybe because she's not a human? Best Girl Patrash. Subaru, please don't kill her. Subaru, please. Nubaru, no. Nubaru. Okay, he's gonna leave her. Oh my god, thank you for not killing Patrash. Oh my god, my heart wouldn't have been able to take that. That actually would have made me unbelievably sad if he turned around and killed her. Please do not. Please. I'm glad he's like, he thinks it can't be a human. He's just like, yeah, Patrash, it's just you. Alright, I'm gonna continue on my way to go find other people to kill. This is so dark. Oh god, Patrash's eyes, like... How's Patrash looking at him here? Yeah, you can see the eyes got more slitted after he said that. No, Subaru, please! No! And Patrash, just let him do it! No! Dude, I'm actually gonna fucking... I'm fine. I was so close to tearing up there. Oh my god, Patrash. Like, actually the best girl. Bestest of best girls. She doesn't even move. She just continues to stare at him. Oh man, that's gonna fuck with Subaru. Nubaru, excuse me. If anything... Oh, yeah. Those corpses, the ones still breathing today. The hell are you thinking? What do you want from me? It's interesting because Patrash was reflected in Nubaru's eyes there, and it's like Patrash is looking for what he believes is Patrash is looking at him with like this gaze of like complete trust. That's why Patrash just let him stab her, because Patrash trusts Subaru and loves Subaru so much because she's best girl. But it's just like to Nubaru, all that means is once again someone is just looking at him for someone who's not there. And for the first time, he finally just unleashes a bunch of feelings he's been having this entire time. Oh my god, Patrash. It's just bleeding out and just standing here listening to him. But that really snapped him out of his, like, just gotta kill everybody trance. That really, really snapped him out of it there. Because instead he just started unloading all these feelings, and none of it had to do with killing any of them. It just had to do with how he's been feeling this entire time. Let me run here. Yep, and he got rid of the idea of going to kill anybody. He realized that doing that to Petrosh, and I wonder if that maybe even restored a little bit of trust he had in them just through Petrosh, which would be an incredible pair. I'm not sure how much trust that actually restored, but he did get off the whole idea of killing them and said he's just going to sit here and just say, let me rot. But it'd be a great parallel if, for Subaru, the first being to ever make him really acknowledge the fact that people do truly from the bottom of their hearts love him was Petrosh. And again, it'd be a great parallel here if the first one to help Nubaru maybe regain a little bit of trust in the crew here is Petrosh again. Just her unwavering faith and trust in Subaru is shining through as she's here and stands in front of Nubaru. Petrosh dragging you away. What is happening? Oh, Petrosh threw him on her back and ran away. Best girl, she's got a stab wound. He just stabbed her and she's still picking him up to save him. Oh my god. Can Petrosh get any more best girl? Like, oh my god. Y'all can all argue about Amelia, Rem, whatever y'all want to say. Petrosh is best girl, man. Fuck out of here. Oh, she got hit in her leg. Oh my god, that's another bad wound. And she's bleeding from there too, and she's still trekking on to save you. Ah! Oh my god, what are they being enclosed by? What is this? Oh my god. He doesn't even know Petrosh's name, he just says lizard. Petrosh just sacrificed herself for him. Oh my god, man. Pushed him through the hole that pushed him to the balcony. That's where they ended up. He's back out on that balcony again. Oh my god. What even just happened? What was that? If, like, Shala dies, if the defender of the tower dies, does the tower, like, self-destruct or something? It's like our defender's gone. Someone is raiding the tower. Self-destruct. Is that what that is? Oh my god. It's rising up from the bottom. That has to be it. The tower's literally self-destructing. Who the fuck? Oh! I was fucking right! Oh my god! Oh my god! I was fucking right! I can't fucking believe it! Oh my god! I'm fucking floored. Dude! Holy shit, this is fucking nuts. Dude, I'm barely halfway through the episode and I've been recording for an hour. This is so bad. Oh my god, I was right! Oh my god, I was right! That means Melee pushed him! That means because whenever Nubaru gets pushed, Rem is with the group in the library. Rui, who I'm assuming is impersonating Rem, literally could not have pushed Subaru. It has to have been Melee. Or I suppose if the other gluttonies are here, maybe it was one of them, but there's been zero indication that anybody but Rui is here. I cannot believe I was right. Oh my god, I cannot believe that. Holy shit. That changed, oh my god, that changes everything because that has to confirm that Melee pushed. Like I said, unless it's one of the other gluttonies, but that has not been hinted at all that they are here. They could be, in which case it's probably one of them that pushed, but there's been no indication, so I'm just going to go with the idea that it's just Rui here. That means Meili pushed him. And the implications of that and all the, oh my god, man. And I just love it, because I have a feeling Nubaru is maybe going to try to calm himself down here. Sadly, it might end up being Amelia and Beatrice who he trusts the least, because they were the ones he couldn't find. He trusts the least out of anybody. But he's got his Patrash with him, and he knows that no matter what, he can trust her. And I feel like I just love that has to be a parallel to... It's not necessarily who loves him this time around, how it was in Season 2 where Patrash made him realize that people do genuinely love him. It's instead going to be a link for him to maybe begin trusting them again, to try and figure out what the fuck is going on. Because he cannot leave, so Nubaru cannot leave, so he has to figure out what to do in this tower. He literally has to. Oh my god, that was so insane. Oh my fucking god, and she lops his head off. That didn't even sound like Rem. But it is! This is fucking crazy! Oh my god. Try guessing it right. Who pushed him is what they're saying here. My hero. Oh my god, this is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. Dude, there's so much going on in this fuck-ass tower. Oh my god. What do we do, Nubaru? What's the move from here? I really have to wonder if Patrash helping him as much as she did to the point of sacrificing her own life. It has to be a link here for him to try and calm down a bit and try and figure out what to do. You've looped again, brother. Oh my god, he was about to go kill her. Oh my god, he was about to go choke her out. Oh my god. Oh my god. He was just still running on instinct from the miasma. It was first person he could see alive, because it didn't even clock to him that he had looped. He did not clock at all that he had looped. He thought he was still there and that he had found her alive, which means she had to have pushed him. So he was gonna go fucking choke her out. And he paused, because he's gonna see that Patrash is alive, and that's gonna make him pause and realize that he's looped. Oh my god, he was actually about to go choke her out. Jesus fuck. Likes for someone who had us worried sick. Patrash. Oh, he runs over and hugs her. Oh, that's so cute. Oh man, both Subaru and Nubaru have a common connection now, and that's loving Patrash. They both have a common connection. Oh, he's so bad. Oh, he's so cute. This is so cute. Literally, I was completely right. Patrash, in parallel to season 1, is going to be his link to calming down and trying to figure out his situation. Oh, he's really just trying to push it past it to try and begin investigative work. Oh, is he acting like he didn't lose his memories? He's not telling them that he lost his memories now. Maybe he's thinking that if he doesn't tell them, it'll be easier to maybe figure out who he can trust and can't trust. Because it doesn't seem like he hasn't said. He's like, it's just fatigue. Yeah, no shit. Ram's gonna pick up on it. Well, then he didn't say he had it. The only reason that Ram interrogated him was because Ram thought he was lying about losing his memories. I wonder if anybody's gonna be wise enough to pick up on that he's hiding it. Because if he calls her Amelia Chan, she's immediately gonna go, huh? He's entering investigative mode. I might remember something inconvenient. Being killed because I forgot to... You're correct, it doesn't. I really think my theory about Rui is correct. Rui... I'm stupid. I'm fucking stupid. I was so caught up in the moment that I was correct that Rui had taken over Rem, or was masquerading Rem. I keep saying taken over. Was masquerading Rem. I neglected to mention or clock. They say try guessing it right next time, my hero. They know about Return by Death. They know that. I think I'm completely correct on what Rui's plan is as well. I put that as a whole thing last episode. I said I wrote an entire Discord message about what I think Rui's motivations could be for this. And I really think it has to be Rui knows he's got Returned by Death. That line implies as such, which I was already theorizing I already thought was the case, but that confirms it. What Rui is doing is actively trying to break Subaru. Rui knows and has to know there's no way to actually kill Subaru. Now that Rui has all of Subaru's memories, she probably has every loop that Subaru has ever been through because all of those were part of his memories. And she knows that he will win in the end if all you do is kill him. You have to break him. And that is what Rui is trying to do. That is why Rui purposely sowed the seeds of doubt with someone pushing him down the stairs, knowing that him dying wouldn't be the end of it, but knowing that convincing him that one of his party members is evil or something would throw him into a frenzy, and the more and more they continue to fuck with him and torment him and such, and the more they continue to break his mind, the closer they are to victory. Now, especially more than ever, Subaru was already a thorn in the witch cultist side. He got rid of Betelgeuse, he's got rid of Regulus now, and he stopped the attack on Priscilla. Of course, he had help from everybody else, but him and his crew did that. His name is behind every big stoppage of every big witch cult thing, and he also took down the rabbit, took down the white whale. Like, his name has been stamped on everything that has fought against the witch cult, and so they need him gone. And now more than ever, Rui knows he loops. That puts an even bigger target on his back as the one you absolutely have to get rid of, or the witch cult will never win. And the only way to get rid of somebody who can never die is to break them. That's how. But the thing is, we can't leave this tower. My thing is, Rui could continue to torment him and break his mind over and over. We will literally never be able to leave this tower. It's not possible. Unless... I got it. That's the reason Rui killed Shala. Because oh my god, it all makes so much sense. Oh my god, it all makes so much sense. It all makes so much sense. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Okay, let's work through this. Nuburu's mind is shattered, and he wants to go and run away. That's what Rui wants. But Rui also knows, per the rules, that Shala will kill anyone if they try to leave the tower. And so we're effectively locked in here. Well, for Rui, how do you get Subaru out of there? You get him to leave, Shala activates, kills everybody in the party that we've got here, and then Rui steps in, fights Shala, kills her, and then Subaru's gone. He leaves. He's gone, and he's forsaken his allies. The only reason that Rui's plan didn't work that loop is because of the pitfall that then led Nubaru to Satella's ceiling location. The only reason that Rui's plan didn't work this first time around was because of Shala saving his life in that pitfall. Because the sandworm came out, Shala shot it. That was Shala's shots. She must have done it, like I said before, she was fully taken over. And then he fell into a pitfall. Something killed all those witch beasts. I still haven't forgotten about that. And then he made his way back into the tower. So Rui's plan failed. He made his way back in. He didn't fully get away from his allies. That has to be what Rui is going for here. Has to be. I feel like I might be on the right track there. And of course, Subaru is so self-conscious, so self-degrading. He can't remotely imagine how all these people, or like this girl, would be this friendly with him. Little does he know what he's been through, man. What he's been through to become as close with her as he is. It didn't. You're right, because it belongs to Rem, who is dead asleep. Dead asleep. Because it's not actually Rem right now. Further acts of stupidity. That fucking I love, even with Nubaru, the dynamic with Ram persists. I fucking love her. In a world full of Ram haters after last episode, I will be a Ram defender. Yeah, that's kind of a thing that you're gonna have to get used to, Nubaru. Subaru at this point has become acquainted with seeing his allies dead and then seeing them alive 2 seconds later. That is something you will have to continue getting used to as you loop again and again. But he doesn't think it's Shala, but little does he know, because he missed the rules. He didn't hear the rules explanation that everybody else did. Little does he know that Shala is actually probably the reason that many of his allies died. Last loop. Oh my god. And yeah, of course, Nubaru doesn't know as well that we just met Shala in this tower. He doesn't know that. If anything, he thinks that she's been part of their group for a long time or something. For all he knows, this entire group has been together the entire time with the prior Natsuki Subaru. He doesn't know that all of them come from different camps and different groups and things like that. Well, I say all of them. It's really like 2 different groups. It's pretty much the Amelia camp and the Anastasia camp. And there's only 2 people from the Anastasia camp. Anastasia not being one of them, technically. And then the rest are just from the Amelia camp. But you get what I mean. Is that he doesn't know that we just met Shala in this tower. Hello, Anastasia is another couple people that he saw dead. Yeah, and Julius just scurries by. But of course, Nubaru's not thinking it, is thinking it's probably not Julius, because that wasn't a man's voice that spoke to him. But also, my thing is like, okay, I'm losing confidence in my theory. My theory of what Rui's objective is. Because why would Rui give him a hint? Rui speaking in his ear only gives him a hint as to who it is. It actually makes it so he can whittle it down easier. If Rui was trying to just break him mentally and get him to separate from the group, why would Rui do that? I don't know, man. I could theorize all day and night, but I just need to watch the episode. I've been recording for 1 hour and 20 minutes. By the way, the raw recording footage before I added on the extra stuff was 1 hour and 20 minutes from last week. We still have 9 minutes left in this episode. I'm so sorry. I want to talk about yesterday night. Oh, that's right. I forget Julius gave him that look of like, and then he looked away because he doesn't, I gotta lock it in my brain that they don't know that he lost his memories, because last night was the conversation they just had where Julius is kind of cross with Subaru at the moment, because Subaru kept that information from him. They had that whole thing. Which is partially why Julius was extra fucked up. Because number one, the person during the first loop of Nubaru, because number one, the only person who remembered him was gone, and number two, the last time they conversed with each other was an argument. So, and they left off on not great terms. So this is going to be interesting. Is Julius going to want to talk about it? Or is Nubaru going to get suspicious of him because he's going to say, like, I don't want to speak about last night? Matter was settled then and there. Is he trying to get information out of him? That complaint certainly sounds like you. So we're just gonna keep on stomaching this. This is so interesting because Nubaru's just rolling with the punches here, and it's somehow working. He's trying to get information out, but he can see that there's like tension between him and Julius, and so he's trying to figure out like what exactly it is, right? Because in his first loop as Nubaru, Julius like introduced himself as his friend because he was saying, you know, he didn't have his memories and such. They never talked about the conversation that Subaru and Julius had the night before with Aridna. So Subaru's just rolling with the punches here, just ad-libbing. And here you go, he's explaining, giving information to Nubaru. There was no malice behind your deeds. But it still hurts him. You really don't, because she's got Anastasia's body hostage at the moment, if you are to not trust her. Even if she doesn't recognize me when we bring her back. Yep, and there you go. He's like, wait, what? Everything was already confusing up to that to save Anastasia, Subaru's secret dealings with her, and now he's like, Don't maybe look any more pathetic in your presence than I... Oh, Julius. I wasn't sure what I would do if you apologized. Apologized for keeping it a secret. How would I have answered? Would he have been able to forgive him? The only person who remembers him? I suppose we will never know because he didn't say it. Damn. I hope this loop doesn't stick because damn, Subaru and Julius's relationship is kind of in the gutter right now. Yeah, he was really holding up a front there. Shala! Oh! Did he want her to, is that what he asked her to listen in on the conversation? Did he like tell Shala that he doesn't have his memories or something? Because he's like, for sure it wasn't her. Which, I mean, he is correct. Shala's not the one pushing him. Guaranteedly not. But it's still like... Yeah, I guess he just, from the fact that he saw her absolutely obliterated in there, he just immediately was like, it's probably not her. I can now face Julius without worrying. Oh my god. Even Nubaru doesn't want to hug her! Didn't you say you'd do anything as long... That's what he said he would do if she did this for him? For my pure white heart. And who the heck's after you? Oh, that's a great question. He doesn't know how renowned he is in this world at this point. You're kind of famous, buddy. You're just a tad bit famous in the world of ReZero. Just a tad bit with both the bad guys and the good guys. Ask Patrash. And I like how he's now learned Patrash's name as well. Because he called her Lizard before. Well, quite a bit. She is the only one he trusts with absolute 1000% certainty, and she did so much to save him in that last loop. Jesus Christ, Shala! What could possibly make Natsuki Subaru worth going that far for? He's beginning to just... I just love now that he's calmed down a bit, he's really trying to figure out why the fuck they trust and like him so much, because he himself is so unbelievably self-degrading, self-deprecating, and self-conscious, and anxious, and all the above of himself as he is now, because he hasn't gone through the development that Subaru went through. I gave her the hug. He's okay. This is really sweet because Shala finally gets some kind of affection from him, but he's probably thinking this might be something that the original Natsuki Subaru would have done, and so maybe I need to do it. She's probably like, this has never happened to me before. Okay, that also might... Shala saying that might put a bad image of who he's become in his brain. Because he's like, you don't need to do that, please don't do that. And of course, we know Subaru wouldn't want that either, but Nubaru doesn't know that because he doesn't know that who Shala is in her entirety and all the above. I could go through all that shit all over again. She actually got the hug and she didn't know what to do now. Oh my god, here we go. Have you finally come around to me or something? Yeah. You give her a step, she'll take it a mile. Oh, the mug. The mug! No! He's thinking about the mug and his parents and his... Oh. The mug that he didn't wash. In paradise with just the two of us. Oh god! When did you get here, Melee? I now that I feel like it's been, but then again, god, I've done this so many times this video. I'm so sorry. This is such a long video, so much talking, so much yapping. It's not, I suppose it's not impossible that Ruri was Melee, pushed Nubaru, and then went and changed into Rem. She's a shapeshifter. She can be whoever the fuck she wants. So it's not like she has to be Rem and only stay Rem and never become anybody else. I kind of locked myself into that kind of thinking there, so I suppose it's possible Ruri's jumping all over the place. I just spit so much. It's possible Ruri's just jumping all over the place, jumping from person to person. Fuck if I know. Anyway. But I still think... I think Theory 3 is probably still the most likely. This would cry if they heard that. I really think Melee is just Melee. Because Ruri as Rem didn't sound anything like Rem. I don't know if Ruri is a very good actress. I don't know if Ruri is a good enough actress to masquerade as Melee and do that. She picked the person who's literally a vegetable. And then when she talked as Rem, it didn't sound anything like Rem. Oh my god, Subaru. It really sounds like you just know nothing right now. Is that what he said? Wait, is that what he said? Oh my god, is that the exact line that he said as Subaru as well? And now she's like rehashing her background that she just gave to him. Half naked lady. Why do you have business with Nubaru, Melee? I really don't want to dislike you, Melee, but god fucking damn it, can you please not be the one who pushed him? I really liked that she'd had a turnaround, and I liked her dynamics with the group and such. She's gonna be a villain again. Even after Subaru saved her, is gonna be the consequences of Subaru saving her in the first place, as she ends up coming back to bite him in the ass as a villain anyway.
私はどのくらい真に受けていいのかしら。
Did he just teleport here? What? What? That TV static thing happened again, and all of a sudden he just comes to in a different area. She licked her lips about last night. Meili has to have been there. Whenever his memories were taken, Meili has to have been there. How seriously can I take what you said? I'm about to toss out the most insane theory that's going to be so absurdly wrong, but I gotta do it. We saw Meili dead last night, which could, not last night, in the last loop, which could be because Shala killed her. I won't discredit the idea that it's possible that Shala killed her and Julius. But what if Gluttony killed her and they're not working together? How seriously can I take what you said? What if Subaru has some plan in mind with Meili? Like, I know I didn't think it's super possible that Subaru came up with a plan and this is all a part of his plan, losing his memories and such. That sounds so unlikely. But what if Meili's pushing him because Subaru told her to? This, like I said, this theory is probably so wrong, but what if it's possible that Subaru came up with some plan with Meili where he then lost his memories and told her to keep doing this or something? I have no idea. The other possibility is that she was there when his memories got taken by Rui and was involved with it and is working with Rui. I don't quite know. Because this just implies that there is a conversation that Subaru had with Meili that we did not see. Which means it has to have occurred after he entered the library. That is the only explanation. Because we saw everything leading up to when he went in the library, and we have seen nothing else since. A conversation that he had with Meili has to have occurred during that time period. And then he, like, blacks out again? And this weird visual effect happens again? It's like gritted teeth, a crying eye. This looks like a girl's eye, maybe? And then another, like, open mouth? And then this TV static again, and he just comes to all of a sudden... Again? What is happening, dude? Oh, this is the end of the episode, too. What the fuck? And he's, like, got scratches and shit? Is that Meili? Where the fuck are we? He choked her out!
嘘だ嘘だ嘘だ嘘だ嘘だメイリーおいメイリーメイリーメイリークソ俺が殺したなんで
Oh my god! That's like her hands like dug into the concrete. What? What? Hold on. I need to work my brain for a second because I'm thinking of something. Hold on. Okay. I know it's the ED. Is it just the ED? Is there anything after? No. Okay. He keeps blacking out. I'll get there. Let me start the theory, and then I have some really pressing questions, because the theory wouldn't make sense without it. I think gluttony keeps taking him over. I think Rui might have some kind of ability to take over a person's brain, and what they're doing, this would help explain why he was able to get past the fourth door now, and what these blackout things are. He's blacking out, and gluttony is acting as him. The first instance, when he falls down the pitfall, there's flashes of a bunch of witch beasts that are alive. He wakes up and they are dead. The next time he blacks out, he's talking to Meili. Meili says, what was the exact line she said? About last night, how seriously can I take what you said? And then all of a sudden we cut. He's got scratches and there was clearly a fight. Meili did not just let him kill her. There was clearly a fight, a scrabble. He tries CPR, and then he's got Natsuki Subaru was here written on his arm. Is Gluttony about to try to convince Nubaru that Subaru Natsuki is evil? Because Nubaru just heard about dealings with Anastasia, some secret dealings with her, and that him and Julius aren't seeing eye to eye right now because he hid something from him, and he's wondering, why do all these people think he's so great? Or could it... there's no way it's Subaru waking up, because that's not how Gluttony's powers work. There's not like a fault where you can gain your memories back for a certain amount of time or something. That's not how Gluttony's powers function. At least as far as we've been led to believe, no instance of anybody has there suddenly been a falter where somebody regains consciousness, regains their memories, or anything like that. That's never been a thing. So I don't think it's Subaru waking up, and also, why the fuck would Subaru carve into his own arm Natsuki Subaru is here, or was here? I know that Subaru in the early show, it's something they cut out because it was probably too graphic, did actually harm himself, had self-harming tendencies. But I don't think, given everything we know about Gluttony, and all the above, I don't think it's Subaru waking up. I don't think that makes any sense. I think Gluttony is trying to convince Nubaru that Subaru was evil by carving, after Meili has been choked out by his own hands, carving Natsuki Subaru was here into his arm. What, trying to imply that, like, Natsuki Subaru is angry that Nubaru has, like, taken over his body and wants it back, and he's like, I'm killing this girl here, or something like that. And I still think oh my god, there's so much to unpack here and so many questions to ask. Does Gluttony even have the power to take over somebody's body like that? And if Meili pushed him down the stairs, if Meili is working with Gluttony and Gluttony takes over Subaru, why would they then kill Meili to then... But I suppose they could have just made a deal with Meili at the time. Meili pushes him down the stairs. That doesn't happen this time around. Because, by the way, Meili only pushed him down the stairs when he lost his memories. After it had been... I think Meili did. I do think Meili pushed him down the stairs, but Meili only did so after, because she didn't even attempt to do that this time. This feels like this is implying, how seriously can I take what you said? This feels like it is implying that Meili knows that he lost his memories and is trying to gauge it. Before, Subaru just Nubaru just openly admitted it. But this time, it feels like Subaru might have told Meili something like, if I wake up and I tell you that I've lost my memories, do so-and-so, and if I don't, question me about it or something like that. And this is her questioning him. She said she needed to speak to him, and this is her questioning him about it. The more that this passes, the more I don't think it impossible that this is a plan that Subaru's acting on. The more I don't think that's impossible. That in just a quick split second, he made a plan with Meili. Maybe they were getting attacked by Gluttony or something. I have no fucking clue. But maybe Subaru and Meili were hanging out in the library. Gluttony then comes in because it's nighttime. Subaru then tells Meili, go wake everybody up and come here. Ask me tomorrow if I don't have my memories or not. Ask me, and if I do so-and-so. If I don't, do so-and-so. Like, this very well could be a plan Subaru had enacted. I literally, guys, I have no idea. Guys, I have no idea. I could toss out a trillion theories at this point. I have no fucking clue. The plan thing still sounds unlikely. So in this instance, what could be going on? Gluttony's taking over Subaru's body. Why would they... It feels like they're trying to frame the Subaru Natsuki as like a killer, like Meili is like onto him or something. Like they're trying to frame this whole situation as Natsuki Subaru is a bad guy and that Nubaru can't trust him or something. Maybe in a way, are they trying to recruit him? Hold on. This idea just popped in my head. Forget getting rid of him. Them knowing his power? What if it makes them want him on their team? And they're trying to, 1, drive him insane, and 2, what if they're trying to bring him to their team? They want to convince Nubaru that Natsuki Subaru is a terrible person and attempt to try to get him to join their side? He has 2 witch factors. He's got returned by death. That's like a witch cultist wet dream. Could they be trying to recruit him? Because in the very beginning, what did Betelgeuse say? He asked Subaru if he was Pride. What if they want to recruit him as the new Pride Archbishop? But also could take the place of Sloth and Greed as well, given he's got those witch factors. And he's got his return by death as well. What if Rui doesn't want to kill Subaru, or doesn't want to just drive him away from his party, but wants to convince him that Natsuki Subaru is evil, and convince him to join their side, to join the witch cultists? If you drive him crazy enough, have him literally kill people, have him distrust his group, try and figure out, constantly distrusting them, trying to figure out who's the one who pushed him, and all the above, they could maybe try and push him to join their cause, to join the witch cult. That's not impossible. Oh man, there's so many directions this could go. This is part of Subaru's plan. The witch cult wants him to join, and Rui is attempting to convince him Subaru's evil and he should join and drive him insane, and that Nubaru should join them. Basically, maybe what they're trying to do at this point is convince him that Subaru is extremely powerful. He wasn't sane enough at the time to realize that he was freaking out too much, but maybe Gluttony took over to kill all those witch beasts to try and now have the Natsuki Subaru was here written on his arm to try to convince him that these periods where he's like blacking out, Subaru is taking over. During these periods he's blacking out, Subaru is taking over, is what they might be trying to convince him of. And then they're trying to convince him that this Subaru is a bad, dangerous person. That could be what they're trying to convince him of. For what end? I'm not sure. But that sounds very likely given everything that has transpired in this episode. And maybe what Meili said was to sow even more... oh my god, this gnat. Is to sow even more distrust in Nubaru to Subaru. Basically, the line here about last night... This fucking gnat, oh my god, is just flying all around my setup right now. This whole thing here, her licking her lips about last night, how seriously can I take what you said? And her licking her lips as well is a weird detail, but it's like, and then all of a sudden after saying that, what do you know, he's choked her out? Like they very well could purposely be trying to convince him that Natsuki Subaru is this evil guy and that he's got like wheelings and dealings going on with all sorts of people, and whenever somebody goes against it, he just kills them in I don't know, man. Hold on, this gnat. Did I get it? I have no idea if I got it. I have so many theories. We'll see where we go next week. I could literally go on and on. I could talk for another 2 hours. I've already been recording for 2. I could talk for another 2 hours. Anyway, I really need to wrap up this recording. I probably won't do an afterwards on this one unless I really think of something concrete. I feel like I've gone through every possible idea that my brain can fathom, that my brain can come up with at the moment. And so I think I'm just gonna leave this one here. I could keep yapping about what happened here at the end of the episode on and on and on and on and on again, but I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, man, you could take this literally anyway. I'm more confused than anything. I have more questions than anything. I could theorize non-stop, but I think I'm just gonna leave this one here. All my theories are laid bare. I can't think of any other possibility at the moment for what they're trying to do. So, yeah. Hey there. Well, I've already got an extra segment to add for you. This one is going to be short. I'm going to keep this as short as humanly possible. This just aids my theory that they are trying to recruit him, and it's nothing to do with driving him insane and making him leave his party. If you go here, he did not teleport. Supposedly, per a comment, per someone in the Discord, oh my god, this gnat. He did not teleport. He blacked out and ended up at the door. Because if you look at the time, it was like morning, midday at most, whenever he was down there. He walked for 3 hours, and all of a sudden it's pitch black. It's pitch black outside all of a sudden. He did not teleport, as I thought. He blacked out again and ended up right back in the building. I think this just aids my theory that they're trying to recruit him. Gluttony is using him right now. I don't know how that's possible with Gluttony, but it seems to be. They're using him and trying to convince him that Subaru is evil and that... I mean, who... He doesn't... He looks unscathed, though, so I doubt it. I was gonna say maybe... maybe Gluttony was trying to convince him that he killed everybody up there, but I mean, he looks completely untouched and he didn't think that either. But Gluttony didn't want him to run away or anything like that or go insane down there with the miasma. He just teleported back up and he's just fine. He's back at the door. They brought him, he teleported back up. Gluttony, he blacked out again. They didn't do the whole bar thing this time, but because I wanted to say he teleported, and that's why I was so confused, but because this doesn't happen in the other ones. He just like blacks out. He doesn't get highlighted like this before he blacks out, but supposedly, per someone saying in the Discord, it's him blacking out again and then waking up here. But then again, he wakes up doing the exact same action. I don't know if that's entirely true, but that's just what someone was seemingly theorizing because of the time that he didn't teleport, that he walked back up. But That's possibly something else that could aid my theory. So I had to throw this in there because I saw that and I was like, oh! And anyway, back to the video. Okay, I thought... I'm back again. I thought of a little bit of a logical issue. If Subaru and Melee, if Subaru were to have made a last minute play with Melee as Gluttony is there, granted she's an assassin, so maybe she's calm because of that, but like if that were the case, it just doesn't make sense that she's so unbelievably calm the next day, basically, I suppose. So I don't know about the whole theory of Subaru coming up with a plan with Melee on the fly and going from there. I don't know, that doesn't really make much sense because the only way that it makes sense is because Gluttony wouldn't attack out in the open, basically. Like, that's the only way that that plan would work, is that Gluttony as Rem has to play dead and wouldn't attack just out in the open because Shala would probably fight full force and so would everybody. There would be, our group wouldn't be fighting each other or anything. I just knocked something on my desk. Our group would not be fighting each other or anything. It'd be everybody versus Gluttony, which would probably put them at a disadvantage. And so they would basically just have to be Rem, and the only reason that Melee was able to get away and be safe is because Gluttony couldn't act. And so then Melee would then question Subaru, question Nubaru, if he doesn't bring up that he's lost his memories, and if he does, she'd push him down the stairs. Like, the whole like Subaru and Melee having a plan together thing sounds horribly unlikely. That's the bottom line there. And I just want to throw this in there that I thought about it logically and I was like, well, it would make sense if Gluttony was unable to act because they had to act as Rem and feared Shala plus everybody else fighting them if they tried to attack us or something. But for Melee, I suppose she's an assassin, she's had bad encounters and such, and maybe a rough upbringing, but I'm not quite sure how she would be so unbelievably calm in that situation, knowing Gluttony could try to kill her at any given time. So, I don't know if I believe that whole theory, but I'm still keeping it out there just in case, and, you know, anyway, back to the video. You guys seem to like the yapping, so here's a full, almost 2-hour filling of that yapping. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.